Sobriety can increase dopamine sensitivity over time. So not only does sobriety get rid of something harmful, it restores the brain's ability to feel joy. Welcome to Clear Minds Podcast. I'm here today with Brian. Brian, thank you for coming on today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We'll discuss your journey, the ups and downs, accountability, where you're at now, and we'll go ahead and get started. So first, we'll start with about starting the journey. And can you take us back to the moment that you knew something had to change?
Well, after doing the things that I was doing for over a long period of time, a lot of people was asking me to get help and things like that, and um, I disregarded it. So then finally, I just decided to give it a try. It was needed, and you know, calling out for help and then actually going through with it um, brought me a lot of joy.
Awesome. And what did rock bottom look like for you?
Well, for me, everybody's rock bottom is different, but for my own rock bottom, it's to having the mindset and capabilities of doing all these things that you're capable of doing, but to go to the wayside due to drugs and alcohol. So, after a long period of time of doing the things that I was doing, I realized I hit the rock bottom. Um, Not wanting to take care of myself and things of that nature. A lot of things goes with the rock bottom, but once again, everybody's rock bottom is different. But I realized I hit my rock bottom. A lot of things come and play with that, so I can go on and on and on. But once you reach your rock bottom, you will know it. Yeah,
You know that it's time to change or do something
it's
about it.
time to change and do something about it. Exactly.
And was there a particular person, event, or feeling that pushed you to seek sobriety?
Well, my several people reached out and wanted me to get help, but one particular at this stage of the journey that I've been on is my brother. We had an altercation, and he said some things that hit below the belt, but more or less it pushed me to go and get help. And he was on the other end to help me to get to this point.
Awesome. So family and the support of your brother.
Yes, yes.
Um, how did you take that first step? What came next?
Well, I had to make a phone call, not knowing what was going to be transpired on the other end of that phone call. But humbly, it was acceptance. Then, being at the rock bottom, as we stated earlier, to be accepted to when you reach out for help or things of that nature, to get accepted. So I had to take it in stride.
Mhm. So we'll talk about now, the early recovery and support. What things were like in the first year or so, and but before that, what were those first weeks or moments?
Well, once I got into the facility and things and went through the process, it was feeling welcome, feeling a part of. Uh, and then from that on, I just knew I just had to change the mindset to I came a long ways to get here, and I have to choose the right choice. I have the right choice, the mindset to go through with it. So I was cut off from the outside world. I did that to myself due to the fact distractions can hinder you from what you came for. So the first couple of weeks wasn't homesick or anything like that. So it went pretty smooth.
And homesick because you came to Florida, you
Yes,
mentioned, and in the facility you mentioned, and what was that like a treatment center, a rehab?
yes. I went to recovery first, which was awesome. Um, the staff and things in that nature treated me, once again being a part of. So with that, just alone uh, gave me the motivation to come here and seek what I was came here to do, and that's to get help and to, you know, move forward. The first couple of weeks, with anything you do comes with practice. The repetition, routine, and things of that nature. So then it came like clockwork. So you know, no regrets, no nothing. I'm very humbly and grateful for it.
Do you feel like changing the people, places, and things helped, or do you feel like you would have got the same help back home?
Well, I had an alternative choice to either stay there in Alabama, where I'm from, to seek help, or to come to Florida. Um, with me trying to get help before, I know being around home doesn't work for me, so I had to change people, places, and things, which was also was iterated, to me to do. So I had to take, the suggestions and do it. So yeah.
Awesome. Um, so you kind of mentioned this, but did you go through any program, join a group, or take recovery on your own path?
Once again, I took the suggestions. I didn't take my own will. I did. They was put in line for to help people, and I was there to seeking help. So I had to change my mindset of thoughts and thinking, because that's what brought me to Florida. The all wrong decisions. So I had to flip side it and do what was asked or the suggestions, which worked out perfect. Um, I just once again I just done what was asked of me, no more, no less.
So who or what kept you grounded?
Well, knowing a higher power is one, and knowing that if this if a program was designed to help you and people came before you and it succeeded, that was a mindset that also stuck with me. So I would say to a collective group of a lot of things. Number one, the higher power, but and the rest follows. But that's what kept me.
And so you found grounded in your higher power.
Yes.
Were there any misconceptions about recovery that you had to unlearn?
Well, life throws curveballs. You're gonna have if you're um, open or distracted, better choice of words, from your peers or what goes on around you. It will throw you off your square. But for me, I was once again I wasn't distracted or anything like that. I was just full throttle for what I came there for. Um, and I recommend anyone, if I may, to seek it if they haven't tried
Absolutely. We'll discuss a little bit about accountability and daily action.
it.
And what keeps you accountable today, internally or externally?
What keeps me accountable today is to be around sober people. Not to say take anything away from people that hasn't found their way, because they're still human and they still have to seek that if they choose to. But accountability for me is just somebody holding me accountable or me holding them accountable. Um, it's what I started off coming to Florida with, and if it wasn't broke, I don't fix it. So with that, it works out. It keeps you where you need to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what does a typical day look like to you?
But typical day today looks better than what it looked 18 months ago, if I must say. I take one day at a time, um, and I don't concentrate on the destination. I just concentrate on the direction. And for the 18 months that I've been doing this, I just concentrate on the direction. So the typical day for me was what suggested to me was, you know, go to work, pay your bills, pray, and them things. That's what a typical day looks like for me. Um, Great suggestion that has been working out.
In Florida, do you make any time for the beach?
For the 18 months I've been here, that's my safe haven. Um, that's where I find peace. Um, and once I was running from people, I said, parent, people make the world go round. But I was running from people. So fear was a big part of my um, abuse and things in that nature. So to go to the beach where I'm among a lot of people from all different ways of life helps me and moves me, because I don't have to um, associate or be or to let whatever actions or situations that goes on bother me. and that what gives me strength along with my high power. So I had to find the comfort zone. What brought me to Florida to using drugs and alcohol to begin with, I had to use that, and the mindset that I used was to go to the beach where all people from all walks of life are from. So that's what helps me, and to this day I still do that.
So you had to get out of your comfort zone to feel comfort. And
Yes,
did that happen gradually, or did that happen instantaneously?
it didn't happen instantaneously because once again I've been going since I've been here 18 months, so it's still happening
Mhm.
because it doesn't take one distraction or one mishap for things to go badly. So that's the reason why I still do these things to this day is because it once again it doesn't take but one mishap or one disagreement or one whatever the case may be for things to go badly. It's not perfect, but it's been working for me. So in treatment they brought us to the beach, and I take it to my understanding they brought it there for a reason, and I had to find my reason, and that's the reason that I choose to use, not excuse but reason. Yeah.
Amazing. Um, are there any habits, routines, or rituals you lean on daily?
Yes.
We'll start from the morning into the day, like the beginning when you wake up.
In the morning, I got a Bible verse every morning that's on my phone. I read it and pray, um, and I set out if to help one person throughout the day. If it's just listening, because everybody wants to be heard, um, and try not to cause mishaps in other people's life, because I come from a whole bunch of mishaps, a lot that I created, and I try not to do that today on a day-to-day basis. Not perfect, it's just progress. So
Progress, not perfection.
yes,
And how do you stay on track when life gets hard or stressful?
I revert back to prayer, um, accountability, having someone to maybe see something or suggest something that maybe you don't see at the time. Uh, it's good to have due to the fact because usually back in my addiction and things like that, it was alcohol and drugs. It's not the case today, and neither do I want it to be the case ever again. So that's how I deal with it. Yeah.
Awesome. Um, Now we'll talk about life now. So we did, the early stages of life, finding treatment, um, routines, accountability, and now we'll discuss a little bit how has sobriety changed how you see yourself.
Well, I see myself as the person that I'm supposed to be or was before I chose drugs and alcohol, which is very, very humbling experience because a lot of people see things in you that you don't see in yourself. And for me, I used to take that and I used to not like to be praised upon or appreciative of things like that because once I fail at doing something or things like that, them things go away. All of that goes away. So now how I see myself now, I don't do things for people in that regards. I do it for myself and for my higher power. Um, and that's the way I pursue it. No expectations.
And when you feel like those things went away, were there any feelings behind that? Did you feel um, guilt, shame, or let down, or did you feel depressed? Did anything come along with those?
Well, all of those things play a factor because, we as humans, we tend to pat one another on the back and, which is is needed, but um, on the other hand, it can go badly. And we are human and we have feelings, and them things do play a role in you not doing the things that you're said to do. So now moving forward, I try not to. I block that out. If I'm doing fine, I know this, which I know this today, and that's all I need. Um, the only approval that I choose to have now today is my higher power, and with that, I don't go with other people saying these things or saying this about me. And how I feel today is a productive member of society.
Mhm.
Yes.
Awesome. What are you most proud of today?
Well, we can go on and on and on with that question, but to just sum it up, I'm proud of to 18 months ago, I probably wouldn't be here, I'd probably be dead or in jail or something in that nature. But on the other hand, a positive note, I'm grateful um, of a lot of things. I'm just grateful. Grateful to even, number one, just to be in the presence, just to even do this interview and to have opportunity to get my life back on track. All the other stuff is in between. Um, because before going to drugs and alcohol, I was this person. So it can go badly at any point. So I'm just grateful for the moment and the time that I have today. And everything else follows.
How have your relationships evolved?
Well, I have this mindset and I have this slogan that I use, and I say, "No healthy me, no healthy relationship."
Mhm.
Um, and I'm speaking from my point of view. A lot of my relationships back in the days before drinking and drugging, it was great. But after consuming alcohol and drinking and drugging, relationships was bad because I was sick. But now that I'm not sick, I have more correspondence with people and relationships, and not to think that they want anything out of me and all of these things, trying to get over and stuff like that. That's what the mind tells you when you're on drinking, drugging, and alcohol. At least that's what mine told me. But now I'm just now moving relationships. Um, I'm still sick in a way, but not as sick as I was. So with relationships, I just had a mindset: no help to me, no help to relationship. That comes with job, partners, children, whatever the case may be. Relationship is relationship. Doesn't have to be intimacy. It just can be relationship. Period. Um, and I just use that: no help to me, no help to relationship.
Absolutely. Is there a part of your life now that feels particularly meaningful?
Yes, all part of my life now seems meaningful because once again I'm a member of society again. A lot of things have been going on with me because I've been doing initiative things to make these things happen. That's to pray and to um, ask Him for guidance, uh, and that's what I choose to live today. Um, you know, a lot of things been going for me. Um, the things that you're supposed to have in life and to use them at the right time in the right way. Um, it's going. I just stay medium with it. No high, no low. Just stay in the middle with it, and things are just falling in place.
Is there anything that felt unexpected, or is kind of yeah? It seemed like it was gonna happen. Like I'm doing this, so this is gonna happen, or did it feel a little unexpected? Like I came down to Florida, started this treatment journey, and went through the treatment journey, went through sobriety, found sobriety, um, became a productive member of society, and now thrive in a place where was new to you.
Well, yes, yes. Just coming down here, I always had this also saying to myself, I came 1,500 miles to get help, and it wouldn't be it wouldn't seem right for me to go back 1,500 miles the same way I came. So to come here 1,500 miles to get help and to find people or to confide in people with your situations and to hear them um, That's just what works for me. I'm a true believer in this is a bad disease and things in that nature. And come from a place where you wasn't heard to come to a place where you're allowed to be heard is more than enough to be grateful for. So, because everybody wants to be heard at one point in time, whether it's good or bad, and just have a opportunity where it was bad to come and share and to know I can't go back the way I came. So I choose to be here now, and things are going great. Um, and the only way I can know or to allow that to continue to go great or to go, so well is to keep doing what I'm doing.
Now we'll just discuss a little reflection and some advice. What's something that you wish people understood better about sobriety?
The thing that people wish to understood about, about sobriety is that don't have the mindset that someone can make you do anything.
You
We,
gotta want it.
you got to kind of want it. And you can't do it for anybody else. You got to do it for yourself. The rest will follow. Um, that's what suggestion that I would give to them. I know it's easier said than done, but once you go through it, or at least attempt to do it, you'll feel pleased with it. Uh, that you're finally doing something for yourself than for someone else. Because we go through all our life, trying to do something for other people, and that's expectations. But you don't have expectations, high expectations on yourself. Just go with the flow and give it a try if you need to.
What would you say to someone listening who's struggling or unsure about making a change?
I would say to them, it's what I used to go through with what I've been going through in this journey. I would say to them, you have a lot of people on this earth. Don't think for 1 minute that no one else is not feeling pain or feeling anything or have not been through this already. You're just not knowing it willingly. But once the person comes to you and says that they've been through this, you'll be shocked. So I would say, if you want to continue life and to continue to live and to continue to be what you're say here to be, you have to do it for yourself. But you have to understand that this is a disease, and a lot of people that you walk by every day on a day-to-day basis, they're not saying it knowingly, but they probably been through this as well. So the only way that you can be a productive member of society, you have to just go with it.
And it doesn't matter what part or stage you're at in life or where you're at financially or anything. It hits you all the same.
Young, broke, rich, successful. The last time I checked was 18 months ago. That Budweiser or whatever doesn't discriminate against anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You're 21 to get it. You're 21 to get help. You're 49 to get it. You're 49 to get help. Doesn't discriminate.
I heard something. It's like the guy in the sports car is mad that he's in the sports car. The person in the Camry is mad that he's not in the sports car. The person on the bike is mad that he's not in the Camry. The person on the bus stop is mad that he's not on the bike.
Exactly.
And the person walking is mad that they don't have the bus fare to get on the bus.
Exactly. And with that being said, is that we go by sight. We're humans. We go by sight. But I learned in these 18 months, you can't go by sight. Sight will fail you. Because a person's driving this or a person living this way or sees the person this way, that's a picture that's been painted for you. That's what this is. This what we live in today is a painted picture. But what you have to understand is that all painted pictures are not perfect. There's some suffering people with these painted pictures. There's some suffering people driving these sports cars. They had to have how they're going to keep paying for it. All of these come in play. But for me, I choose to not be blinded by the worldly things. I never was. I never was. I had all of these things. I'd say very little about these things because they're not with me anymore. But they are. They don't have to be all of this and all of that. You know, one example, 18 months going from living in outside to living inside. We are supposed to live inside, not outside. But if life throws you a curveball and you're outside, there's ways to get inside. But you had to go through the initial steps to do that.
If you could go back and talk to yourself in the early days, what would you say?
If I can go back and talk to myself in the early days, alcohol was a fun thing.
Fun thing.
It was a fun thing. That's the mindset that we have as growing up. Can't wait till we get to this age so we can do this thing. It turns out to be fun to a certain extent, so it's not fun anymore. Then it turns out to be lying, and then it turns out to be hiding, and then it turns out to all of these things turns out, and all the fun of drinking and drugging goes away. So now until you get to a point now where you look back on it, if I could tell myself, wouldn't tell myself anything because that's the past. Can't go backwards. But now moving forward, eh, I can tell myself these things is that certain people are allowed to do these things, and certain people are not. For me, I wasn't qualified to do these things. Just point blank.
Awesome. And you're not alone there. Well, Brian, it's been amazing. Thank you for sharing your story, your insights, experience, strength, and hope. It's really been a pleasure having you on. And we'll just finish. What does success look like to you now? Not just in recovery, but in life.
I get to share this now. Thank you. Success now looks to me is not to have any wants because my higher power is just going to give me what I need. And just to have that mindset. The wants is what got me here, and the needs is what I need now. And the success is going to come through him, not my own doing. And if anything, it's just to be a shoulder or someone to come to get a suggestion to help him move forward. Um, Doing all the right things to 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 succeed is what we're set here to do. But you got to remember and got to always think the only way you're gonna get these things is through him. He's only gonna give you what you need, not what you want. What he gave me today is what I needed, is to be sober. And that's all I'm grateful for at this point. The rest will follow.
Amazing, amazing. Well, congratulations on the 18 months.
Thank
If
you.
anybody out there, thank you guys for listening. If you have 1 day or 10 years, comment down below what you have. And thank you so much again for coming on.
Thank
It's
you
been
for
amazing.
having me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me, man. All right.